Okay. Okay, so I was listening to top hats while I was exercising and the history of top hats. And so people used hats for meditation, and they still do. And top hats were for businessmen to expand their ideas. And in between World War I and World War II, they started changing hats and hat designs, and there were hats that were popular in Europe in the 1930s that were pointy. It was like after the flapper phase. Women were wearing like pointy fabric hats that looked kind of like Robin Hood-esque. And after World War II, or before World War II, they stopped wearing those hats and stopped having those hats, but German Nazi soldiers started wearing the metal hats that were like cone-shaped with a spike on top, which is similar to a church steeple and how a antenna works. So they were taking that top hat that Lincoln used during the Civil War and then turning that into like almost like a military version of an aluminum tinfoil hat, which is reminiscent to me of just women and men in religion in general using headwear, like the Pope and his hat, and like just you could go down a list. But Hitler also used, like, the Nazi symbolism was not, he didn't make it up. It was previous religious symbolism. So it's like they stopped citizens from using what we would call like pagan witchcraft, whatever, which is just spiritual religion, like harnessing the human body structure, which is what people group together in a church for, and why churches have steeples the way they do. And yeah, I just wanted to say that about hats. So it's like people don't wear top hats anymore, but top hats were super popular in the Industrial Revolution and when businesses were just taking hold on the United States, and the president of the country was literally known for wearing a top hat. And then they shifted all the hats to different styles, and then flappers started wearing the crystallized headwear to deflect the holographic photographic technology that was coming out in the early 1900s. I don't know why, but it's like to stop it from having an effect or something. I don't know, like literally everything that the flappers wear is to cause a distraction of some kind or to create a lot of movement. So it's like the clothing moves around a lot with the fringe, and then the headwear is like super shiny and reflective, and it all just kind of drapes over the body. At least in the movies and stuff, maybe not for like the everyday person. But that's right around when World War I and World War II were happening, and they were switching the European hat styles. And I can no longer find the information that I used to find on the internet of videos of people with different style hats in the 1930s, specifically in Germany. And then everything I look up on Google is super vague about it, and it's like just a little bit of information that I find in the distance on Google when I look up those hats again. So I don't know. Then Germany started using the metal hats with the point on them, and then soldiers' hats completely changed after World War II. And right when World War II was ending, they came out with the Wizard of Oz, which uses an excess amount of green, so that later when they introduce green screen, I don't know, it's like they're using red screen in the Wizard of Oz, but whatever, or pink screen. But I don't know.